Okay, so what's up guys, and within this video we're going to be going through 50 plus new facts and a bunch of stuff you need to know regarding the Black Ops 4 game mode, Blackout, Battle Royale. David Vonderhaar did this interview with this guy from Game Informer, and they went through so much different information that we didn't know before, confirming a lot of different stuff, going through the player count, zombies within Blackout, the different weapons that they have, the different types of armor, characters, the maps, the vehicles, just so many different little unique bits and pieces of information. I'm just looking through right now, the fall damage, like all this different stuff I'm gonna go through within this video. Over 50 different things here. There's a lot of information probably going to be within this video. If you can leave a like, that'd be greatly appreciated. Let me know in the comment section below, are you hyped for Black, or maybe not hyped, but are you interested to see, you know, what this is going to turn into, if it's actually going to be something that we want to play. September 10th is the beta date for the PS4. And yeah, that being said, thank you guys for clicking on this video, and let's get started with the 50 plus facts here. So Blackout has a player count of 80, internal testing up to 115. So right now it's confirmed to be at least 80, and you know, there's a possibility that they bring it up to 115, and we'll test it out, and I guess they'll test it out in the beta how much they can handle 80 and if they can bring it up as much as they possibly can. Next here, Treyarch testing split screen for Blackout. Also, it's not a simulation, you know, whatever you want to, you know, make of that. Blackout might take place in North California for the actual sort of location of the map, which really I feel like doesn't matter, because the map, it's a fictional place with all different parts of the Treyarch universe bound together. I don't really think it needs a specific real life location, but if that's where they want to place everything, you know, so be it, whatever. Treyarch is not ruling out adding characters from other Call of Duty games, but they're currently just focusing on Treyarch-based characters, so characters from the campaign, multiplayer, zombies universe, all coming together from Treyarch games, something we sort of already knew there. Blackout will have limited time events used to unlock certain content, and the content not going to be character specifically, so you're not going to have, like they said in the interview, 2 weeks just to go for this certain character. You may have 2 weeks to go for a certain item in the game, something else, but characters, I think you just sort of progress towards and you unlock within the actual game, and they're not going to make you just go for it really quickly. So that's obviously pretty interesting there. There are a few types of armor within the game. There are no plans for cosmetic-based loot within the matches. So when you go through the game, you're not going to be picking up different types of hats. I know like H1 and PUBG, sometimes you pick up these different you know, really hats and stuff like that. They're not going to have that there. So no weapons do not have a rarity variation in Blackout, and he says in the interview that it makes the rest of the game confusing, which I don't think it makes it confusing. I think pretty much once you get the hang of the rarity system within Fortnite, you know what is a better weapon. You know, purple is better than blue. Like, you just understand it once you play the game. PUBG and H1, they don't do that. But Fortnite obviously proved to be the most successful out of all those games, partly because it's probably free, but also because it's just a different, fun, new game. So they're not going for that. They're going for more of the H1 PUBG route, where all the guns are pretty much the same. It's just the base weapons, and you know, they have these special weapons within the game, but there's not going to be a huge difference in the rarities, you know, between all these different weapons. You can do missions for the characters and progress through these missions to unlock new content within Blackout. Players can trade items between the players within the actual game. So if you're in a squad or a duos and you pick up a certain item, you can hand it over to someone else, and it's just that's pretty simple there. Dead players will drop their stashes, which you can loot. If you pick up a weapon that is quest related, you can take over that quest. So picking up each other's loot, that's a common thing within these battle royales, but the difference here is that these different weapons and presumably different items may actually have quests tied to them. So once you kill someone with a certain quest, maybe they have a rare quest to get this really good upgraded weapon, you can take over that quest. Maybe you can give the quest to your teammate and stuff like that. So that's obviously pretty cool there. So here's an interesting one about zombies. Zombies spawn at least 4 locations, and specific zombies based locations around the map. Vonderhaar said look for the ray of light, so we're going to be seeing, I guess, 4 rays of light around the map where zombies will sort of be located. I don't know if it's going to be specific locations, like an actual, so let's say you have mob of the dead within Blackout. You know, zombies will pretty much always be in this mob of the location, or if zombies just randomly spawn at different points, different areas of the map, at least 4 sections of the map. So we'll see how that actually works, but should be really interesting to see how that works. Another one here, it's possible the circle can close in on a pack of zombies. So your circle, the final circle there, could close in on a bunch of zombies, so you could be fighting zombies and players. So that's obviously gonna be pretty crazy as well. The circle will be randomly directed in the games, and they don't want it closing outside the map or in water, so it's gonna be random, but they're gonna make the circle ending points make sense. I know there are a lot of games, especially with PUBG, where the circle ended in the middle of the bridge, in the middle of the river, just crazy stuff. So they're gonna try to avoid that as much as possible. Blackout indirectly affects other game modes, which, you know, I don't know how that's gonna work, but we'll see. Helicopters spawn at a helipad or similar locations like dirt patches and just different points around the map. So helicopters will be, you know, possibly in all different locations. You can pack up to 10 to 20 loot items onto the cargo vehicle. If you try to go over the limit, the loot will just drop off. So pretty much you can, I mean, I don't know how good this is going to be if you're really trying to rush into certain locations. You have to put all your loot into the vehicle and take it all out. We'll see how it exactly works, but, you know, you can put 10 to 20 loot items if that, you know, is relevant to anything right now. Players are allowed to hold 2 primary weapons. They didn't really talk about, you know, how many slots you had to hold different weapons and items, but at least 2 primary weapons. That definitely does make sense, similar to other games like PUBG and H1. Fortnite, obviously, you can have a whole row of different weapons, but this is sticking to 2 primary weapons here. Blackout features a victory quote when you win, but specifics are not revealed. So he said pretty much there are different variations of the victory quote when you win. So I guess different quotes, different things that you see when you win the game. I don't really know what he meant by that in the interview, but I guess we'll have to see. So it's not gonna be the same sort of victory royale every single time. Zombies, obviously only AI. There's no sort of turned mode within this Blackout game mode. There's no third person, it's first person. That's obvious. The point of the beta is to ensure game tuning, item tuning, progression, and that's just about the beta really, so that's nothing. He won't comment on Blackout going standalone. Pretty much he says he doesn't make the business decisions, but Blackout standalone, Blackout being free, I want to make a separate video on this because that would just be such a smart business decision, and I don't know. Obviously, I'll talk about that in a different video. I'm just going through the facts here. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section. Game Informer asks if you can camp in a tub, pretty much saying, you know, if you can you pretty much camp the whole game and camp towards a win. And Yvonne said it won't work like that, and you can't win like that. And, you know, I guess it's possible to camp in different locations. I don't know how you're gonna stop people from camping if you make just the places sort of open where there are doors and there are not too many tight corners and closets and stuff. I don't know, you know, maybe there's a certain map design that they're making, then they're just gonna make it so you don't camp as much, or you just it really promotes going outdoors and going for kills and stuff like that. So, you know, every, I guess, game tries to do that and tries to not promote camping, but we'll see how they do it within Blackout. Players can find Ruin's grappling hook and use it. Any character can use the hook. You don't have to be Ruin to use it. I guess he said you just have to find it, and this probably is the same thing with other specialist characters' abilities. You just sort of have to find the different abilities around the map and you can just pick it up. So it's not really specialist specific. You're not picking a certain specialist to use a certain thing. You can just look around the map and look for the different abilities, like you know, maybe the flamethrower and different stuff like that from the specialist guys within multiplayer. The icon above your character, I don't know what that means. Icon above your character. Okay. There's fall damage. Horns on vehicles can be honked. He said in the interview that the ATV horn is pretty annoying, so that's going to be interesting there. There's no other weather than the daylight setting. You have to be able to see. Maybe in the future they'll add stuff like that. I know PUBG has sometimes rain and stuff like that, but right now it's just going to be sort of clear sunny weather. Firing range in Nuketown Island mentioned within the game. Nuketown Island has mannequins. The Little Bird is a small helicopter in Blackout, so that's the name of the helicopter. Blackout will have emotes. Treyarch wants it in at launch, and I guess, you know, sort of as they progress, the content updates, just like Fortnite, will have probably new emotes and new stuff like that. There's a new melee weapon within Blackout that has to do with the zombies. Maybe it's the sickle, you never know. Asked about the zombies lore, Vaughn says Nova gas symbology, circle outside. So the circle, the gas coming in, is going to probably be Nova gas. Maybe there'll be some history behind that. I don't know if it's going to directly relate to zombies. I guess so, Nova gas. But we'll see how exactly they put that into the game. Raven Software working on it. That's boring. Vaughn says he enjoys Sledgehammer's take on prop hunt. May bring it to Black Ops 4. That's not really Blackout information. I don't know why this is here. There's no headquarters, social space, and Black Ops 4 Blackout. 5 vehicles in Blackout. They wanted the wingsuit, but they opted for parachuting instead. No voiced lines and dialogue between the characters in Blackout. There will be at least one Mason in Blackout, potentially multiple Masons. There's no cross-platform play, so that's only going to be on the PS4, and you can't go with the PC. So that does suck, but who knows how many people are going to be on PC. Like Fortnite, there's a lot of people on PC. Same thing with PUBG, H1. Those are really like PC heavy communities. So them cross-playing with Xbox One and PS4, it definitely creates a bigger community. But Black Ops 4, more of a console game. Call of Duty is more of a console game anyway. So we'll see how that works out. So maybe it won't be that big of a deal. 20 characters to choose from at the Blackout launch, possibly 22. 20 characters should be in the beta. There's some introductions to the characters, but compact and small, so you'll sort of understand what the characters are and their history and their backstory, but nothing too crazy. There could be relationships between the specialists. Difficult to run at 60 frames per second at Blackout size, but 60 frames per second in a consistent target can be hit. If you're, and the rest, okay, FPS, I'm not too big on FPS and graphics. As long as it's decent looking and it's not lagging, I think I'm fine, so I'm going to skip that. The circle may be made of Nova gas. This is here again. Okay, we get it. Nova gas. Free run is not in Blackout, but there are references to it. I don't really care about free run. I didn't really play free run. And that's pretty much it. Those are 50 plus facts about Blackout. I don't know, what was your favorite fact? I don't really know what to say at this point. Those are pretty good things to know about this game mode. There's a bunch of other stuff I'm gonna probably talk about within a different video. I also want to speculate as well and try to figure out what's gonna happen with this. Is it gonna be good? Do these different, you know, I guess features make sense for the game? Is it going to be fun? I think that's the main priority. If it's fun, whatever they do, it works. Who cares? I don't want to go too in depth and too crazy on this, because if it's not fun, it's not fun. And hopefully it's fun. It seems pretty fun. I personally have the PUBG vibe from this. I don't know about you guys. I know a bunch of people play Fortnite. They like Fortnite. People are sick of Fortnite, but this is the PUBG vibe. I will definitely play a ton of PUBG. You guys don't really know about that because I didn't really upload it, but I played a ton of PUBG over a year, and it's got that vibe. So hopefully it's going to be cool and good. And hopefully everyone watches it and plays it, and it's fun to play. I don't know. I'm hoping. Let me know what you guys think about this. If you're watching at the end of this video, leave a comment below Blackout so I can see the accounts that watch the whole video. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Yeah. Goodbye.